Good morning, guys. The kitchen is a little bit of a mess at the moment because we have the fridge in the middle of the room. A really sad, very sad for us story, but our freezer just gave out the other day. I took something out of it to cook and I was like, this isn't frozen. This doesn't feel frozen at all. And then on inspecting other things, I was like, damn it, this isn't cold enough. I don't often check, even though it says right at the top. I don't often look at it thinking, oh, what temperature are you today, fridge or freezer? Yeah, it was well below what it should be. And then we monitored it for a few days, obviously lost quite a lot of food and it didn't come back. So unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye. The reason that it's so sad is because this wonderful fridge freezer was my parents'. I asked my mum yesterday, I didn't actually realise how old it was. It's 20 years old. She thinks they got it when I was about 11. So this thing has been in my life quite a long time. And my parents just so happened to renovate their kitchen and get an integrated system as we moved in here. So they passed it to us temporarily while we had this kitchen, and we were hoping to keep it until we redid the kitchen and extended, which is so close now, yet also so far for the fact that we can't live with a broken freezer. So that one is being collected today, and it is, I don't even know if I want to show you how dirty it is behind. And thankfully they are taking it away. We're getting a new one, which honestly isn't going to be anywhere near as nice because my parents invested in a really nice fridge freezer 20 years ago and it's still brilliant. Like, I really love it. It's ridiculous how sad I'm feeling for it to go because the other one is going to be a bit smaller. We're not quite sure how it's going to fit in the space. Anyway, dilemmas of life when you're in your 30s. You care about fridge freezers, you really care about the space, the capacity that you get in them, and I know that it's going to be a lot less, so that makes my heart sad. Anyway, I've got to do some tidying up. You can probably hear Otto, he loves, I have this natural Greek yogurt and he loves it. Like, as soon as I get it out of the pot he starts going wild, and he's sniffing around for that at the moment. Literally hear him. Where is he? Oh no! Actually, he was sniffing around in the dust. You absolute monkey. Yeah, I've got to get that cleared up. But thankfully, apart from condiments, our fridge was actually nearing the end of the weekly shop, so it's pretty empty. I'm gonna bag all this up and put it back in there because obviously we want to keep it semi-refrigerated for the day. Oh, and it's beeping at me. Yeah, the fridge was fine, so all of our food in the fridge, thankfully, is still fine. And our poor little space, Ollie actually had to rip off the top, so we're not sure if we're ever going to get that top back on. Broke a little bit. I'm sure we'll do something to make it look okay. And the dust. That's all I'm giving you. Fridge freezer's all ready. I've actually just texted Ollie saying we should really go for a food shop tonight because the new fridge is going to be bare, and what's better than filling a new fridge? Thankfully, I did make extra of our dinner last night. This is the Waldorf salad by HelloFresh. It's always one of our favourites, and you can literally just type it into Google, so just put like Waldorf salad HelloFresh and it comes up. Really super simple. So I'm having a little bit of that for lunch. But I wanted to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart with you before saying what I'm going to be doing next, because I feel like some of you may think that I have gone a little bit loopy, which, to be honest, maybe I have, but I feel like Ollie and I, but maybe mostly I, am just in like a time of waiting in my life. And I've never had this. I'm very impatient, and well, let's just say I'm struggling with it a little bit with every aspect. So with like growing our family, with the house, we're still waiting for our remortgage, we're waiting for builders to get back, and it's just a time of like hoping and waiting, and it's so difficult to not be able to just like grasp those things and do something about it, which is what I'm so used to being able to do. And then I think a little bit mixed with having like come out of the pandemic, I now feel like we're dealing with that. So it was only, I can't even remember when we started thinking about the remortgage, but literally this week interest rates have gone up again, and I don't know, it's just, we're very much in a time in our life where things keep being positive for us, and then those positive things are a little bit like, oh, maybe not actually, maybe this is not your time, maybe just wait a little bit longer. And I miss doing things with the house. I miss making the house like a little bit easier for us. That's why I did the garden last weekend, and we have adored the garden area and being able to use it. And even though it's still kind of like temporary, I still want to live and like enjoy life. And I think waiting on all of these other things is making the wait even harder for me. Does that make any sense? I think so many people find it in their 20s, 30s. You don't really know what direction to go in. You don't know what's best. Making all these financial decisions. And that's the thing with these things that we're waiting for in our life. They're all very much centered around finance. So at the moment we're like, oh, you know, we can't really book a holiday because we're not sure what's happening with these things. And do we need to have expensive tests, and that's going to take from our funds. So it's just this time of really wanting to push things forward, but equally not just keeping trying to climb up that hill and not quite getting there. We're just like not quite over on the other side or any of it yet. I know it will happen, and I'm not saying this as I'm upset or depressed, because actually, you know, I know that life is good. I'm so thankful for my health and my husband, my family, and my beautiful home, roof over my head, but equally feeling the impatience. So this is why I'm doing this. So we have gone back and forth about turning the room next door to me here, the downstairs bathroom, into a utility room. And we decided we were going to do it, absolutely going to do it. And then we spoke with our bank, and they were like, be easy to remortgage, you can probably get about this amount. And we were like, we'll extend. Hasn't quite been like that, let me say. Hasn't quite been that easy. So our plans for that are taking so much longer, and I do think that will happen. They're just maybe not going to happen as soon as we thought. And I was thinking the other day, if I had changed that into the utility room 6 months ago, it would have made my life so much easier, so much happier. I do laundry, I'll admit, a lot more than Ollie. I do most of the laundry, and we do it like every few days. I'm like washing Otto's towels as well, and his bed and our bedding and our towels, and I feel like it is never ending, even with just the three of us. So I really want a utility room down there. So I know I've said we're going to leave it, we're going to extend, we're going to be knocking it down soon, but in reality that might still be another 6 months to a year away, and I want it now. Want it now. So I'm going to do it now. My only thing is I am just going to scavenge everything from the house. So I want to spend like tops £100-200 max on this. We've got the washer, we've got the dryer. We've got lots of wood at the back, which I would like to use for a worktop. Hopefully maybe be able to get some free shelving in there. I'd love to paint in there. Maybe do a cute little skirt under the washer dryer. So it might not be like an epic, totally like perfect utility room, but I just can't wait. We've got to take our water out of our tumble dryer, so it's in like a little tank every like few goes that we use it. And because it's behind the door, like logistically it is such a pain to pull it out with like not a lot of space. Anyway, I know you guys understand. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it to you, because at the end of the day you're probably just happy to see another little makeover. But that is where we are as well, like headspace at the moment. I think I just desperately want to book a holiday, but as I said, we just like can't do that at the moment without knowing how the next few months are going to pan out. So yeah, if you're feeling frustrated in a waiting stage in your life, we're there right now. And unfortunately it just feels like time is going so quickly. Like, how are we in June? And I know people say it and they like mention it all the time, but we're basically halfway through the year. And I think that's where I'm coming to at the moment. It's like this halfway through the year thing. Christmas comes around so quickly. And to be honest, you can't really count Christmas because I feel like by the time that November's here, like the year's over, Christmas is happening, you're buying presents. It's such a busy month anyway that, yeah, I just want to get a few things sorted, I think, for the house a little bit more to live in the meantime, and then whatever happens with the extension, we've been living in it like we wanted to. So yes, there we go. So after my lunch, I'm gonna wolf this down and then I'm gonna go to our shed, which is looking terrible, and see what I can find so that hopefully I can make a bit of a cheap plan, and if everything does align and we get an extension and we only have the utility for a few months, it'll still have made me happy. I just want to do it. So that's what I'm gonna do. And if you're new on your little jogging of memory, this is the downstairs bathroom that we have. So we've got, which will be staying, I know a bit odd for utility, toilet and sink. But the thing that we're really looking to get rid of is this shower, which is humongous. Like honestly, if I step in it, I mean you can't really tell by that, but it's a big space. I don't even remember the last time that we used this shower. Maybe about a year ago. It literally gets used that often. We're soon to have 3 showers upstairs, so there's literally no need for us to have this one down here. And I know lots of people say, oh, it's really convenient, you can wash the dog in it. I'll show us the size that we can wash him in the Belfast sink, and we just don't use it. So plan is get rid of the shower. Not sure at the moment whether it's a good idea or not to get rid of the tiles. To make life very easy, we could just take off the shower, take off the screen, also the big tray. I'm hoping when we go and shop the shed in a second, I've got some of this flooring down there, so I can just very easily lay a few more bits of floor. To be honest, not even that many, because the washer dryer probably will come out to at least about here. If I didn't keep the tiles, that would mean proper demo, ripping it all down. Not even sure, I wonder if you can tell, the walls in here were pretty terrible. You can kind of see maybe here, and we had to do a lot of patching up. They're still not great. So what's behind there, who knows? Honestly, I don't even remember. I tried to look at a video the other day. Could be a disaster. So plan is wash our dryer, or either way around. Big nice surface over the top. This we still want to keep. That's really useful cupboard space, and then hopefully some shelves above. So let's go shop the shed. If I don't take off the tiles, honestly it's a really easy job. Maybe even just like one weekend, few days to get it sorted. And I think that's well worth doing. Upon coming in, I've already got 2 pretty tall scaffolding boards, which would make quite nice shelves because they're quite deep and they're long, so I could have them any size I wanted. Just behind we have some much smaller shelves. These 2 I think Ollie picked up from the cycling centre. They're like oak ones, and some more scaffolding behind there, but I think they could be a little bit small. Oh no, thankfully though, this is, hope it's got some in there. Yes, that is the underlay that we used for that floor, so I could put that under the shower area if there is the wood floor. Definitely not the most beautiful, in fact not that beautiful at all, and not the thickest, but we do have some plywood that would be big enough for the worktop. Potentially I was thinking, is it even big enough that I could cut it in half and stick 2 on? Not sure, because I'd like it to stretch over the washer dryer. Ooh, behind there though, oh, that makes me happy. Pretty sure that there, yes, that there is the flooring. So can't really bring this forward, but I think that's about 2 boxes, no, 3 boxes, that'll be plenty. Now I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself shopping in here. But I've just seen those marble tiles. I'm thinking if I did bring down the tiles and there was a bit of a mess, I could at least do maybe like a really thick upstand of marble tile along that back wall where the washer dryer will be. I mean, that would be really cute. I was thinking I could do a worktop in marble, like marble tiles, but I think it'll be easier to have one that's painted, and also it'd be really heavy and like supporting that in our walls. Our walls are a little bit like, is it gonna hold, is it not? Now I'd also like to paint the room because it's like a grey colour, which was really neutral and perfect when we first did it, to have a lodger in there. Which, by the way, if you're very new, that is the reason that we redid this bathroom. So when we moved in, it looked like this. And we decided to lodge out our snug and that bathroom, so that was their private bathroom. So we couldn't have our washer dryer in there because obviously it's their private space. So we did that temporarily for the lodger. Ideally, if we were just living in the house, we would have first and foremost just turned it into a utility room straight away. So that's why there are these weird makeovers. It's time. Well, it's in and the other one is gone. I actually feel a bit sad. The guys delivering it were really nice, and he was like, oh, this one's really nice, as in the one that we were taking away. And he was like, this is a bit different. And I was like, what does that mean? It is. I know it's nowhere near as nice. So this is well, I'll show you hopefully when I get it open. I'm hoping to open the box at least. Looks so much smaller, like so much smaller than our drop it. Yeah, we're not gonna drop it, are we? Thank you. I mean, I was worried when I ordered it that it wasn't gonna fit, but I'm gonna stand up when I've seen the size.
Definitely gonna fit.
It's definitely going in.
The other bits we need to be worried about.
Oh, we're gonna have like a full on. Oh god, it's so much smaller. What are we gonna do?
Do you know what the weirdest thing is? I'm taller than it. Like, I'm not used to being taller than the fridge.
It's so small. Originally there was a shelf there or something, there wasn't there?
Yeah, I think there was. There was like that unit. Like I think it was like a little cupboard unit.
Today's the day. The shower is coming out. Well, so I hoped. That's after running through. I've come to a cross point. Ollie is actually coming home for lunch, so I've got my fingers crossed. He might be able to find something that works and help me get these screens down. But to take out the shower, there's almost these little Allen key things, so I need to undo that. I also need to undo one on that one and one on that one, and then first things first, this needs to come off and like separate the two screens. Ol has so many of these and even has this new box, and I thought, perfect. This one here looks ideal, but it doesn't fit. That still seems to be a little bit too big. But I really want to paint over the next few days. So the plan is get the screens out, then hopefully I can do the tray, neaten all of that up, be able to know what I can do with the floor. I'm kind of like, I don't know why, in my head, I really want to paint this room like a warm, inviting, maybe not necessarily pink, but like a plaster type colour. I don't have that. Like, I'm just trying to use paint that I have, so I need to go back up and see what paint, because I would like it to paint basically next few days. This weekend I'd like to get it painted, and then if I don't end up tearing it down, I'm actually just planning on keeping the tiling there now, putting shelving over it and like covering any holes that I have with bits on the shelving. and then paint, washer dryer in, I'm done. The finder of all tools is home, and he's got a little Allen key thing, which I didn't even know we had or existed, but it's far smaller than anything that I was looking at in here. Oh, no one. Otto, Otto!
Doesn't like it.
What is this? And the screens are off. This one was a lot more hard work because we'd really sealed it in. Sealed it in good. I remember when we tiled and installed this, I thought, oh, I hope none of this comes apart. I hope none of this falls off. Yeah. Definitely not easy to take off. I'm trying to take off this little rim around the bottom to get at the shower tray, but it's all been siliconed in, and silicone's just a pain because it's really sticky to get it off, a bit like the screen.
You are my sunshine on a rainy day. You are the one who takes my breath away. In the vast skies of love, I'm free. As long as you're here with me.
It's hot tonight. I have a bad feeling that when we put this in, we didn't think about how we're going to take it out. Obviously not something to think about that time. And we've kind of built it in such a way that it's not going to come out in one piece. We'd really hope to put it on Facebook or Gumtree or something for free, just so someone else could make use of it, because it's a perfectly good shower enclosure. But I think without demolishing the tiles and all the walls, which we're not wanting to do, it isn't going to come out in one bit. So I might have to leave this for now and chop it out later.
I surrender my all. I won't stray from this.
Wait, you did it! You did it! Well, it didn't leak.
It didn't leak.
It is dry
It's
there.
dry. It's a bit mouldy around the edges in places, but we haven't really looked after
No, it
it.
looks fine. Oh, well done. How did you get it out?
Oh,
A
it
lot of
was-
pulling and pushing.
Yeah, a lot of pulling and pushing, and the I scored the mastic on the inside. Pretty sure you can see my thumb through all that. Probably wasn't very good, so I just edited it casually.
That's going to be quite easy to get up now, though. I can do that.
Yeah, I can't remember how we. I'm sure that must be secured somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to be secured in places, so I don't know. Might need to bring the big floor board jack down to get that up.
I'm going to put Otto down. He's so heavy, but he wants to be in there helping.
In it, get his nose in there.
Oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
Is this a nice screw for me to chew?
He's loving the silicone, unfortunately, which I think is like all the dried, stringy bits. I think it's really bad for him because if he swallows that, but he keeps going after it.
Don't worry though, we're very careful. And down there is sight of the old bathroom, that yellow.
Oh yeah. I did show them that a second ago because the that vent has got like so much air blowing through it.
Oh, that really brings back memories.
Yeah.
Well, there's no going back now. We are going to have a utility room. Hopefully next week, you guys may be seeing a washer dryer in there. Fingers crossed. Hopefully I catch you all then. I hope you have a lovely weekend and week. I'll see you soon. Bye.